Hello again everybody and welcome back to another episode of Mags Frags, where it's the fragrance that's the star of the show. My name's Paul and it's my mission to pair you with your perfect signature scent. And whilst I've got you, please don't forget to like and hit the subscribe button if you do enjoy my content and don't want to miss out on any of my future fragrance reviews. In today's episode, I'm going to be taking a look at this brand new trio of luxury fragrances from fashion retailer Allsaints, who have crafted this cohesive yet varied mini collection that reflects the brand's signature blend of urban edginess and modern sophistication. But now the London-based retailer is continuing its venture into the world of fragrances with this bold new collection, with each scent offering something slightly different. Ravaged Rose is a fresh, provocative take on florals, balancing classic beauty with an urban twist. Shoreditch Leather is a quintessential leather fragrance full of primal energy yet softened with refined elements. And finally, Sunset Riot Intense is an addictive, explosive amber fragrance, perfect for making an unforgettable impression. All three of these come in eau de parfum concentration and they're all classed as unisex scents. They come in two bottle sizes, a 30ml priced at £40 and a 100ml bottle like these priced at £69. But if you order through their website, you do get a 10% discount off your first order. And just before I begin, I just want to quickly mention that this is in no way a sponsored video and I'm not affiliated with the brand in any way, and I don't get paid anything for talking about these products today. I did pay for them with my own money, so you can be confident that my opinions are unbiased and I will try to describe them as accurately as I can with my limited vocabulary. Okay, starting off with Ravaged Rose, which comes in the silver metallic hexagonal shaped box. And I must say I really do like the presentation on this new collection. I think it's an improvement over this previous range, which I thought was quite bland, but still quite classy, but just a little bit plain. But all the bottles in this new range come wrapped in leather with the Allsaints logo and the name of the fragrance printed in gold. The caps are in the shape of an industrial looking bolt, which look really cool, and they feature the Allsaints branding stamped into the top. The top notes in this one are Italian bergamot, lemon and Madagascan pink pepper. In the mid we've got damask rose, ivy greens and water lily. And in the base we've got amber woods, soft musks and cedar. Okay, so this is a really striking, reimagined take on your traditional rose scent, and I've got to say it's probably my favourite rose-based fragrance that I've ever smelled, and it's far from your average floral scent. The initial burst of Italian bergamot and lemon is fresh, zesty and immediately invigorating, which is tempered by the slight spice of pink pepper. You do also get an instant blast of the florals, and it's at this point a few guys might form an opinion that it does lean a little bit feminine, but stick with it because it does develop, and as it starts to dry down it does become much more wearable for guys to kind of pull off. However, the introduction is fresh, vibrant, energising and even a little bit provocative, setting the tone for a unisex floral scent that's really daring rather than being delicate. As the fragrance develops, the heart of damask rose comes into focus, but not in an overly romantic or powdery way that you might expect. Instead, it's balanced by earthy ivy greens and a touch of water lily, bringing a modern, almost aquatic edge to the rose. It's a nod to nature that feels both raw and refined. It's super clean smelling with a cool, outdoorsy daytime quality. So I would say that out of the three, this is the one that I'd be probably more inclined to wear as a daily driver. The dry down is where Ravaged Rose really reveals its complexity, with amber woods and cedar giving it an earthy warmth, while soft musks add a seductive and very addictive scent character. This grounding of the base means that the fragrance doesn't lean too sweet or too floral, making it perfect for both men and women to wear. It perfectly balances the delicate beauty of roses with an urban, slightly provocative twist. It's bold, modern and totally in line with the Allsaints signature style, and surprisingly it's a floral scent that I really love and I'll definitely wear it quite often. The performance is decent with a moderate projection, but it's not a room filler in any way, and you'll get between 5 to 7 hours before you'll stop detecting it on yourself. But it's one of those that does last longer than you actually think, and you can still smell it on your clothes the day after, even though you might think that it's faded away when you're wearing it. This is a perfect spring and summer scent to wear as an office fragrance because it never becomes cloying, sickly or overpowering in any way. It's a really well crafted and mass appealing smell that most people will really enjoy, but I still think probably more women will go for it rather than men. Okay, so the next one is called Shoreditch Leather, which comes in the black box, and this one takes its inspiration from one of Allsaints' most iconic staples, the leather jacket, one of which I'm wearing right now. And any of you that are familiar with the previous collection, you might wonder if it's just Leather Skies which has been rebottled, but I can say it's definitely not. And this is vastly different in scent quality than Leather Skies, with way more gritty attitude. The top notes in this are elemi resin, fresh rose water and saffron. In the mid we've got leather accord, sheer jasmine and sandalwood. And in the base we've got vetiver, Haiti patchouli and warm amber. Okay, so this one opens up with an unexpected twist. Elemi resin brings a fresh, almost citrusy sharpness, softened by the subtle sweetness of rose water. The touch of saffron in the opening adds a sophisticated spice, hinting at the fragrance's eventual leather core, without overwhelming the senses right away. But right from the initial spray, the quality of this is unmistakable and would fool even the most hardened fraghead into believing it was a £250 niche fragrance. It starts as it means to go on with a dark and edgy scent profile. But as it starts to dry down, the heart of Shoreditch Leather is where the true essence of the fragrance emerges. The leather accord is rich and primal, creating an image of worn, supple leather that's been softened by years of wear. Although sheer jasmine and sandalwood in the mid-notes balance the intensity, making this scent more wearable and less abrasive than some leather-heavy fragrances. There's a smoothness in this one that feels quite sensual and tactile, as if the fragrance is as much about texture as what it is about the scent itself. In the dry down, we've got vetiver and patchouli, which bring an earthy, slightly smoky depth, while warm amber softens the edges, making sure the fragrance stays really warm and inviting. Shoreditch Leather is primal yet elegant, rough yet refined, much like the brand itself. It's a perfect blend of street and sophistication, giving the wearer an effortlessly cool vibe, and it's the type of scent that greets you when you walk into one of their high street shops. It does remind me of a niche fragrance that I reviewed a while back called Black Powder by Just Box, which is a £200 fragrance and was inspired by the Nirvana frontman Kurt Cobain. So if you haven't seen that video, I will leave a link to it in the description. But yes, as soon as I smelt this one, it did remind me of that niche fragrance. This is best suited to cold weather nights out or any occasion where you want to feel both rugged and refined. It's a statement scent that pairs perfectly with a leather jacket, making it a signature fragrance for the modern rebel. It's probably not quite as versatile and as easy to wear casually as the rugged rose one that I've just spoken about, but it's definitely easier to wear than a load of other leather-based fragrances that I've worn in the past. In terms of performance, this projects way more than the rugged rose does, and it's one that'll get you noticed from a fair distance. It's very strong and long-lasting, and again, there's a bit of a theme happening here because, yet again, it's right up there with the best leather fragrance that I think I've ever smelled, and anyone who's regular to the channel will already know that rose and leather fragrances are probably my least favourite, but I've got to say that both of these two that I've spoken about so far are absolutely bang on, and I think they smell fantastic. And finally, we have this one called Sunset Riot Intense, and it comes in the gold box, which is a slightly tweaked, amplified version of the original Sunset Riot, which I think was the most popular one from the previous collection. It was well known for its fairly similar resemblance to Baccarat Rouge 540, albeit I think that it had more of a mass appeal to it and it was slightly easier to wear. However, this new one has been tweaked and refined, and when I compare this one with the older version, the previous one has a kind of a sourness to it, whereas this is way more smooth, and I feel like it's better blended. So it's probably even more close to smelling like the real Baccarat Rouge 540. The top notes in this one are mandarin leaves, pink pepper and wild freesia. In the mid we've got orange flower, night blooming jasmine and woodland moss. And the base notes in this are cedarwood, cedarlox amber and sueded musks. Okay, so this one kicks off with a nice fruity sweetness from the mandarin orange and an exhilarating punch of spiciness from the pink pepper. A bright spicy note that immediately demands some attention. adding some mild leather touches, and this punchy opening is bold and exhilarating, setting the tone for a scent that's all about making a huge impact. The mid-notes of orange flower and night blooming jasmine add a sensual, slightly sweet floral heart, but the intensity is never lost. The night blooming jasmine in particular adds a really nice, clean, seductive depth, while the orange flower provides a brightness that keeps the fragrance from becoming too heavy or cloying. The dry down of Sunset Riot Intense is where the amber really shines. We've got cedarwood again, which adds a woody grounding effect, while the amber and the textural musks just create a really warm, semi-sweet, intoxicating base layer that really lingers on the skin. The amplified nature of this scent makes it more daring and long-lasting than its predecessor, making it perfect for those who loved the Sunset Riot version in the original form, but just wanted something a little bit more powerful. Most people who are well into the fragrance journey will know what Baccarat Rouge 540 is all about and what it smells like, with its sweet, pungent, spiced, leathery aroma. And you can't spray this without drawing a comparison to it, only this is at a fifth of the price. But this one is again best for, I would say, night outs and special occasions and all kinds of evening wear, or when you just want a fragrance that's going to be bold and addictive and long-lasting. This is for the person who wants to turn heads and leave a long-lasting impression, and not really one to spray casually, I don't think, or to wear as a work scent, because it is quite loud and in your face. It performs really well with a massive projection for the first couple of hours, and out of the three, I would say that this one's going to probably get the most comments and command the most attention. I'm not the biggest fan of the Baccarat Rouge scent DNA personally, but anyone who enjoys it will absolutely love this one. It's really well put together, and I would say it's great value for money. Yeah, so in summary, as you'd expect from any products carrying the Allsaints brand name, all three of these are super modern, edgy, and they're packed with attitude. I think the rugged rose and the Shoreditch leather are the ones that surprised me the most, as I wasn't expecting to like them half as much as I actually did. And I can see the rugged rose one actually becoming my signature scent for the next few weeks at least. But all three are well worth trying out, so the next time you pass in your local Allsaints store, give them a blast and let me know down in the comments what you think of them. Okay, so that's about it for this latest episode, but like I promised a while ago, I will be letting you know my top 10 Essence Vault inspired by fragrances of 2024 that I should have uploaded about 3 weeks ago now. But unfortunately, I had a massive water leak at my house, and I've had to do all kinds of stuff to get it put right and to make my house livable again. So that's why I've not been posting anything for a little while. So as always, guys, once again, thank you very much for watching this latest episode. Stay safe, keep smelling fresh, and I'll see you very soon in the next one. Bye-bye for now.